Davey, our bestie Dave Hollis, our resident former Disney executive, current fitness enthusiast. I don't know what the I'm going to tropical islands. I'm going to the tropical islands for this show, guys. Sorry. Here's Dave a year ago, during his Pancake Gate era. That's his picture on the left, obviously. Let me get out of the way. That's when he, even in this post that I'm going to read, he agrees and admits that he was in the midst of, dealing with an alcohol addiction. So, I mean, I don't know, he looks fine there. It doesn't look like, oh my God, what a horrendous person. Look at that, horrible before photo. And this was him this weekend competing. So, he's celebrating, I guess, his transformation. He's been transformed. Okay, this is what he says. I mean, a lot can happen in a year. I'm waking up this morning feeling really proud of myself for taking on a challenge that was wildly more than I thought I was signing up for. Turns out during doing my first physique competition wasn't ever about my physique. Okay, Dave. Sure. Muscle hand emoji. It was about facing my fears, following through on the commitments I make to myself, falling in love with the process, irrespective of the result. Now, I was going to say famously. Nothing I've done has ever been famously. One time I was like, is irrespective a word? And several people said, you're stupid. It is a word. Okay. I have since looked it up. It is a word. I just think it's a stupid word. Okay. Irrespective. Anyways. Appreciating how self-respect and dignity comes through consistency and discipline. In a sport where you can't take shortcuts, I see the connection to the shortcut routes I've taken over time and how they've compromised my ability to love myself. I don't know. He seems to get he'll have one insight and then I'm lost. I'm like, wait, what does it mean? You're proud that you followed through your commitments? Okay, good. And then the second one's like, I see how I didn't love myself because I've been compromised with my short. I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't get how he writes. I don't get it. And the constant reminder that I was only ever competing against myself and the 5 to 7 other men who were literally on stage with him at the same time. And I will say too, and we're going to show some of the videos about it, hearing about how he trained and how he was eating and how you have to eat certain things at certain times and cutting and drinking water and not drinking water and pumping, taking sugar and shoving it down your throat right before you go on stage. That to me all seems extremely disordered at the worst. I think that's a little harsh of a word to say disordered, but if you were doing this for a long period of time, I think you could consider it disordered. And I think just unhealthy, really. It's almost like putting yourself through some sort of extreme sport or the hot dog eating contest. You can get away with that maybe once in a while, once a year. But if you're doing that and you're just running your body ragged all the time, I just don't find that to be a lifestyle worth emulating personally. And this competition, all this stuff, it doesn't seem like, oh, this is a lifestyle that, is really sustainable. So I'll just say that there was a lot of hacks and tricking your body into this state and that state. It's okay. Anyways. I was competing with this dude on the left, a shot from September of last year, overwhelmed with an upcoming book release, stewing in the still unprocessed feelings post-divorce, drinking to cope. It only took a public breakdown, getting some serious help, and committing to a big, scary goal to see some meaningful progress. Okay, I'm going to disagree. This is his own life, so he doesn't have to agree with me on anything. But I'm going to disagree and say everything up until that last sentence was totally fine. Great at, saying great, amazing. Thank you, Caitlin Lynch. Okay, it came through, maybe. It's coming through there it is. It says his caption is written like an MLM pitch, waiting for the info call invite at the end. Yes. It's like, do you want to stop looking like me from September of last year? Well, I have the solution for you. It's called Beachbody, you may have heard of it. You join a Zoom call with other people and then you take obnoxious videos of yourself drinking smoothie water called Shakeology for a low price of $8,000 a month. It's amazing. You can do insanity workouts that you definitely could probably find on YouTube as well, but we just charge for it. That's what's coming up. I agree. And if you don't want to join my downline,
unfollow me.
That's what Caitlin says. Thank you, Caitlin. Okay, so, I was going to say, okay, the only thing that I disagree with in this paragraph is like, he needed to get help. Yes. He has unprocessed feelings about the divorce. Yes. That's, very normal for people who have been married for that long, have kids and have a public relationship and had a relationship conference about how great your marriage was. Yeah. I think there's going to be leftover feelings, obviously. Public breakdown happened. We all saw it. Okay. Pancake gate. But the committing to a big, scary goal, that's where you lose me, Dave. That's where the self-help industry loses me. All of the other things that you just said were fine and dandy. Like, you're telling the truth, great. You're getting help, great. That's it. Why does there have to be a fitness physique competition to prove that you're worthy? That's where I'm like, this is unhealthy behavior, in my opinion. For himself. I mean, he's not hurting anyone necessarily doing this, but, I just find it to be, as he is life coach adjacent, coaching man, don't take this advice, people, please. Okay. I'm grateful for a crazy year and the way the wins and humbling missteps all worked for building a better me, even if it didn't feel like it every day. I come out of this competition knowing myself more than I think I ever have. He says that about and Rachel does it too. He says that about everything after he does it. I've never known myself as much as I do today. And then the next day he's like, I've never known myself as much as I do today. Well, yeah, because another day has passed. You had another 24 hours with yourself. Makes sense to me. Standing as I still work in progress me on a firmer foundation to continue growing for the lessons it taught. To be honest, I'm pretty sure I got last place in my division. And there's been some debate whether he knows he got last place and he doesn't want to fully commit to that, or he doesn't know because they don't even rank the bottom half of the group or whatever. So I don't know. We can look at the website, but I didn't see the results posted yet. I only see the 2021 results posted on the website, but there might be an update. Excuse me. He's pretty sure he got last place though. Couldn't have scripted it better. Yeah, right. Again, yeah, right. Roll my eyes. You joined to win. That's what everyone does. Yes, maybe you showed up and you realized you were, out of your wheelhouse, or you were, a small fish in a big pond. But no one goes oh, I'm so glad I came in last place. Don't lie to yourself and to us, please. There's something beautiful and inspiring about working harder than you ever have and being humbled by people who've been working hard for a lot longer. Okay. I'm so motivated to try something else scary and new. This sounds like Rachel Hollis's I'm no longer a weenie thing that she was doing last year. So excited to see what I can do next, knowing what I was able to do here. Let's go. Okay. So that's how he wrapped it up himself. Heidi says, so proud. And then someone says, you are both my favorite couple. Why? Okay. And then he just posted that one photo. I have some videos of some of the stuff that he recorded during, and I think it shows a little bit more honesty. And I don't understand the dynamic between Heidi and him. Heidi will take these videos of him where he looks so bad or he's having an honest moment, and she'll post it. It comes off as weird, as if she's intruding on his personal space, and then he'll repost it. So then I'm I have no sympathy anymore because you reposted it, Dave. So I feel bad for you for a second, and then I feel not bad because you're sharing it. It makes no sense to me. But here's the best friends that you've ever seen. Here's your best friends. Just two besties hugging it out, kissing it out on the stage. Oh, here's a different photo. Is that a different photo or the same one? I don't know. Here's him in his underwear again. And I'll read this one too. So there you go. Here's the actual walking out. Now, it looked like 3 people from the challenge, the Get Fit challenge, which has disappeared off the face of the earth, at least public facing. Heidi's big challenge that she's claimed is the last one she's ever going to do because it's too much of a pain in her ass to do anymore. Some people from that group had flown out, excuse me, to cheer Dave on. And they were in the front row, or like this venue was pretty small. Like the stage was pretty small compared to like, an arena or something. And he claims like that's what threw him off. That's why he didn't, pay attention as much as he should have. And this is that moment. But I have another video with audio on it, so I'll play that one. But he didn't really take it very seriously, it seems. Everyone in the background, I guess, is like much more like this is like their thing that they're doing, and Dave kind of is like, I don't care, let's go, oh hey, like goofy doofy, probably because he saw that everyone else is like ripped and has been doing this stuff for a lot longer than he has, and he felt like, well, if I throw it away and make it seem like I don't care, then maybe I won't be so harshly judged for not coming up short. Okay, children were there, him eating a donut. You better eat that 27 times. Chew, chew, chew. That's Heidi's rule for donuts. You can only swallow if you have chewed it 30 times. Really good behaviors here. Another shot. Here's a silver fox next to Dave. Don't know what place he came in. And then this is him chugging honey, I believe, before he went on stage, which again is like another hack. Like if you chug a thing of honey, as you can see, it's like cut off a little bit, but he's like, I don't know. That's to me is like not a great healthy activity necessarily. Like, okay, you want to like pump up, like chug some stuff. I don't know. It just seems silly. Okay. So this is what Heidi says about Dave. Number 68. I guess 69 was taken by someone more flexible. Damn, I ruined the joke. Okay. I think number 69 was taken by someone more flexible. No, nothing. Hello? Okay. Thank you. All right. Number 68 in our playbooks. So he was number 68, not in 68th place. I thought that was, I don't think there were 68 people in his division. Number 68 in our playbooks, number 1 in our hearts. Ladies and gents, Mr. Dave Hollis. So dang proud of this man. Stepping outside of your comfort zone to do something as terrifying as stepping on stage to compete in your first physique show comes with a whole bag of emotions. From worry that the effort put in over the months may not be worth it, to major feelings of insecurity when you get backstage, glimpse of your competition. Okay, she's missing a word there, but we get it. To deeply rooted doubt around whether or not you're even made for whatever it is you're attempting. I'm telling you, I've said this before on this channel. Heidi is so mean to Dave. She's like so passive aggressively mean to him and always outing him and like making him look like a total asshole. And maybe it's just like she's shining a light on it. But if I was the partner of somebody, I would not be making these types of comments. I'm sorry, I just wouldn't. And if I was, it would be a clear indication like we need to break up immediately. It's so mean. Fear is real. Fear of looking bad at trying something new, and those voices in your head trying to keep you from being great are louder than ever. What? Okay. It's their voice in my head that's like, don't be great. Be average. Dummy. There is one way, there is one way, plus only one way through, and that's with courage. Call back to his Built Through Courage from 1 year ago. Courage to feel the scary in every ounce of your being. Know the risk of any outcome. Be aware that your first is being judged next to someone's 50th and freaking do it anyway. This is exactly what this guy did. And once again, it's like, yes, he did it and all that, but like, he's saying like, oh, I came in last place. It's the perfect place for me. Like, this is what I was wanting to learn. It's like, why don't you go just do something for yourself then? Why put yourself in a competition? You know, like if you wanted to like, you know, he's already done marathons, I guess. So that's not exciting anymore, but there's so many sports and activities where you are competing against yourself. Like can you complete it? Yes or no? So I don't understand like that, why you'd pick, like, it's like joining a beauty pageant to prove that you're like intelligent or something. It's like, yeah, I mean, that you can be intelligent while doing that, but like, why would you go on stage in a bikini, like to show off your body? Like, like that's two different reasons for doing something, in my opinion. Okay. Yes. He looks amazing. I mean, debatable. That's subjective, right? You know, every one person's muscle bod is another person's, cheat week. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. He looks amazing. More muscles, so beautifully bronzed, looking like a specimen he never imagined possible. Another weird comment. I don't get it. Another specimen he never imagined possible. Describe your boyfriend to me. Well, he's a specimen that he never imagined possible. Okay. But the real victory is in the pride he felt knowing that in a sport unlike any other, where you really can't prepare for the out-of-body experience, he looked his fear dead in the eyes and jumped courageously into uncharted territories with a smile on his face. Okay, these people are so dramatic. You went to a fitness competition and you put oil on your body. Like, get over yourselves. Jesus Christ. Sorry, I apologize. I shouldn't say that as much as I do, but I feel it. I do feel that way. Seeing him light up the stage was awesome, but that's not it for me. Not the body, the muscles, even though I brought that up 12 times, nor any trophy that could ever be won. Nope. Yeah. Okay, Heidi, whatever. Okay, fitness influencer Heidi, tell us what action matters, please. What makes me emotional is the dedication to the process. Seeing him set his mind to something and relentlessly pursue it day in and day out, even and especially when he wanted to least. He doesn't want to do it. Like, why does he? Who's saying he has to do this? It's you and him that are doing this to yourselves. This is not brave. I'm sorry. It's like brave in the sense of like, if it's a huge fear for you and you do it, great. But like to anyone else watching this, it's not I learned how to be courageous from this, watching this man's experience, self-indulging in this, rich person sport. It's not a rich person sport, but like, he's got free time and he has a warehouse gym in his backyard. He has access to trainers. He has money. Like, that's what I mean by that. Seeing him not have time for the gym and figuring it out anyway. I don't think he's employed from what I can tell. Okay. What would he not have time for? Watching him weigh his food meticulously and battle past behaviors that would have previously defeated him. And there was a lot of debate on Reddit whether, like, what this meant. Is this like a callback to the alcohol issue? Is she saying that, like, he's drinking again? Is she saying that he, just would not stay healthy on the meticulous weighing diet, which, again, is like, ugh, okay, just do that temporarily, please. Unknown. She, of course, keeps it vague. We're not to know, but regardless, it's, again, mean. It's just a mean comment to be like, oh, how did your boyfriend do in the competition? Well, he was battling past behaviors that would have previously defeated him. Like, okay, thanks, babe. Witnessing the most integrity-aligned version of him emerge, the genuine humility that developed as a result. Okay. The end result doesn't matter nearly as much about who you The end result doesn't matter nearly as much about who you become along the way. Again, missing a word, I think, but doesn't as much as who you become along the way. And Dave Hollis, I've watched the best, most confident version of you yet emerge through the hard work, discipline, and courage. Now we celebrate. And then he responded, "You are such an incredible partner. I appreciate you and your support more than words could ever say. I love you." And then she said, Rachel Hollis, signature move, I love you emoji, and so proud. Ay, 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 ay. Okay, so, these people solved world hunger by joining a fitness competition is the vibe that I'm getting with this. So let's watch a couple of the stories that I think tell more of a more honest story, because I think it was captured a little bit more naturally, I think. Not like a scripted, okay, I'm going to write my caption with like muscle emojis as like a laundry list thing, very thought out. So for that, Dave says,
Dave, you're talking about peace, aren't you? No, I'm talking about buying my book.
There you go. Okay. So here's the silver fox guy I told you about. So that's who Dave was competing against. I think it's very clear, just a quick glance, that the guy next to him looks to me to be more muscular. I don't know how these are judged and they're all subjective. So there's no, as far as I know, it is again, like a beauty pageant. It's a beauty pageant for fitness enthusiasts, bodybuilding enthusiasts, like a pageant. And I know this because I was in them. Okay, as a teenager, embarrassingly so. I was in 3. Honestly, every experience was a nightmare, to be honest. But I had a lot of self insecurities, and I was like, what will solve my insecurities? Putting myself in a bikini at 16 on stage in front of everybody and paying to be judged. That'll help. That's where my mind was back then. Anyways, so that I just a quick glance, I'm like, okay, yeah, this guy looks like much more probably a contender than Dave. And then it says, one of the coolest gifts, I lined up next to this beast and told him it was my first time. He said, amazing, take it all in and have fun. It's my 5th year competing and it keeps getting better. Cool. And then it says, permission to have fun. Sounds good. And then apparently he took that advice and ran with it to the point of sort of being embarrassing. It says, as it turns out, I was the only contestant to clap for myself and chat up the others the whole time. I'm still learning the seriousness of the sport. So basically he's admitting he's Goober Dave. Goober Dave takes on fitness competition. And here's that clip. There he is. Okay, so amazing, wonderful, love it, so great. You can see his integrity through his board shorts. Okay, and now this is the part where he's going to say in a second that he was distracted by his fans. I don't know if Heidi's in the audience or if she's behind stage or what the deal is, but I know there's a couple women who came from the group because they posted about it and showed them and said, this is our group, people, fans, whatever. But apparently, he was actually not that happy about them being supportive. Okay, it says, clearly I'm still learning how to open up my back, as they say, and stay quiet on stage. Also, let's go. Okay, so if you couldn't hear that, it's a little low, but they're like, let's go, and he's like, let's go. But I think you're supposed to be focused and taking it seriously. And then he cried. Apparently, that's what he says. He says he cried. And then I walk off stage and cry. On brand. I like the humor. I'll give it to him. And then this is reposted from Heidi's page. And says, then the post-stage and adrenaline emotion makes me cry. And then he's talking about why he messed up, basically. to his coach. And I went on his coach's page the day of the competition. I didn't, and I could be wrong. So, you know, don't hold me accountable, please. Don't cancel me, please. But the coach had not posted about him being there, did not post like proud of my client, didn't say anything. So, you know, take that for what it's worth.
It's like, yeah, everything just goes, I mean, it's like, it's hard to, like, people I know sitting very, very close, screaming, like, I couldn't stay focused at all. Then I think also.
Did I go back? Okay. So basically, he says, I see the lights are just there, like, yeah, everything just goes every now. I mean, it's like, it's hard to know, like, people I know sitting very, very close screaming like I couldn't stay focused at all, man. I think also the nerves get to you. So there you go. I missed it. What was it? What was it? Someone tell me, please. I think there's more to this one, to that clip, and I think we have it on Reddit. So I'm going to go to Reddit for a second so we can watch that. But then here's him eating a donut again. And then this is them talking about the pre-show. Excuse me.
Continuing the story. Half makeup.
Half makeup.
Not about me,
You
but
look
half
fantastic.
makeup. Just have
Not about me. She wants to ask Dave a question, but she's going to make sure to stay in frame the whole time.
Like, it's been crazy, like, driving to the airport yesterday, had some In-N-Out. Then landed, had steak instead of the fish. Then...
I know for me, like during this process, it is the most important thing to trust the process and trust your coach. And there's been a handful of times over the past couple of days, specifically the last 24, where you're like, wait, should I eat a little bit more? Because
Yeah.
the coach... So question.
Yes.
So after this morning, well, last night when you ate, right? But specifically this morning when you had 3 pancakes, so you woke up feeling really tiny. You felt small. You felt like your muscles were flat. You were worried. You keep saying, I feel like I'm going to make a fool out of myself is what you keep saying. Right?
Again, why did she put him on the spot like that? You know, like last night when we were confiding in me privately that you said that you hate your body and that you think you're really puny and small and that you have nothing to offer the world. Yeah, like, can you tell my 500,000 followers more about that? It's so bad. But he sits there and does it. So, like, you know, he's a grown man. If he doesn't want to take this meanness from her, that's his own choice. I have no real sympathy for it, but I just find it so hilarious to watch it in real time, as they say.
And the, like, feeling of standing inside of this gym where there are super inspiring but also
And they're different categories too.
Totally
than you.
different
So your
category.
physique, bodybuilding is like 2
totally
categories
different.
up.
And it doesn't, the thing is,
Yeah.
I know it intellectually, and yet I'm...
I love that you are getting a chance to experience what I've experienced. Like when I met you, and I told you I had a pro card. I
very-
did not say right off the bat, but it's a joke now.
Very impressive, although I didn't know what it meant.
No.
I don't know about you, but
Okay. So that part's sort of important, like I said. Like, she's like, I mean, it's not important to anybody or anything, but she's like, you know, this is not about me. However, when I got my pro card, apparently that's like the gold standard for this whole thing. That's what you're aiming for. And there's a lot of disparity between women and men getting their pro cards and how the process works. And it's arbitrary. Like I said, it's not just like, oh, you've, you know, attained a certain body fat percentage, or you've done some sort of, you know, I don't know, like if you're doing a weightlifting competition, you can lift the most amount of weight in your weight class and your age, you win a prize. It's not like that. It's like what the judge thinks is good and in that moment, what they're looking for that day. And then with that, because it's subjective and you're putting yourself up there for scrutiny subjectively, if you do a wink, wink favor to somebody, you might get, there's no way to prove that, oh, this competitor is worse than this competitor. You know, that's what the accusations are. And we're going to talk about that. And then I want to talk about, just for a quick second, one part of the oiling up part. Because I know people were like, I don't know. I didn't conclude anything. But this was kind of a moment where people were like, what is this? What is this all about? Okay, so This is before the competition started, I'm assuming. And this random woman, apparently, this is from Heidi's account, says, one of the most interesting parts of backstage is when some random and helpful person comes up to you and starts rubbing oil on you. No ask, just do. My kind of people. Okay, so she starts, this woman who apparently they don't know, starts rubbing oil on him and says, well, I don't want you to get disqualified. So there were some accusations or people on Reddit. So again, take that for what it's worth. It's no proof of anything, you know, whatever. We're saying that it could be because you're not allowed to contour. You know how they do like contouring makeup, contouring. You can contour your abs. You can like make it. You can shade certain things to make your muscles look more defined than they are. But I guess that's against the rules. So the oil is supposed to eliminate any contouring, I guess, is what I've gathered from this experience, from reading. This sweet woman who rubs oil on my torso twice a week. I don't know how much you can hear, but I'll play it anyways.
We don't want you disqualified.
So she said, we don't want you to get disqualified. And then Heidi says, isn't it amazing? You don't even ask. They just come up and rub. And he's like, I just want to do my pull-ups. I just want to work my trapezius. I don't want to be oiled, but I have no choice in the matter. Okay, and then I'm going to go, I think, I'm pretty sure there is that full video where they're talking.
Pancakes. Dave, how does it feel?
And Dave ironically ate pancakes on the anniversary or the day before the anniversary of Pancake Gate. I tend to believe that is a wink and a nod again to the Reddit community, the dark corner of the internet that talks about Dave and Rachel and Heidi, because it just is too weird. I've never seen a picture of Dave eating a pancake since the incident happened. And then of course, like right before the anniversary comes, they just post it. And I think they're showing like, we don't care. We're not affected by this, you know, Pancake Gate scandal, whatever. Okay. All right. Here's the full video of him explaining to his coach why, you know, he didn't succeed as much as he wanted to.
Like, it's hard to, like, people I know sitting very, very close, screaming. Like, I couldn't stay focused at all. And I think also, like, the nerves get to you, but standing in the line, because it's an abstract idea until you're in line with the rest of the people you're competing with. And then I was like, oh man, some of the insecurity is back of like, oh, these guys have been doing it for a long time. This is my first time. So then I was like, I'm just gonna have fun, which is fine, except then I'm like, I don't want to make a fool of myself having fun. I don't know.
You didn't at all.
You did.
So that was that. So yeah, that's what my suspicion is, that he was like embarrassed. He saw the competition. He saw the writing on the wall, as they say. And he was like, well, instead of looking, and I've done this. That's why I'm saying this is what I think because I've done this my whole life, trying not to. But when you, as soon as I do, isn't that crazy? As soon as I'm like going to say something sort of vulnerable and bad about myself, I'm like, so you, when you do that, and it's like, no, I'm doing that. Okay. When I, myself, Kayla, when I have been like in a situation like for tennis, for example, is a great one. In the past, you start hitting with somebody, you start, warming up with a competitor, and you can tell they're better. I would, in my younger years, start to go, whatever, I don't even care about this. I don't even care about this match. I could care less. I am like so much cooler at my other school. Like, I'm so popular, I don't even care about this match. Like that sort of attitude. And I think it's a defense mechanism. I know it's a defense mechanism, just so that you don't have to feel like you failed. And you can always think in the back of your mind, well, if I would have tried, I probably could have won. But since I didn't even try, like, that's why I lost. And that's how I feel about Dave. Like, that's what his, choice was. Like, I just want to have fun. But in reality, he just didn't want to look like he was actually trying. That's my take, just as a fellow self-sabotager. Self-sabotager in, what do you call it? In, not rehab, but, in, what do you call it? Not in, not treatment, not rehab, whatever. Getting over it. In recovery. That's a good word. In recovery. So that's, here's the difference between Heidi's ex-husband, Chris Powell, and Dave Hollis. I believe this is Chris Powell's first competition in this group as well. Because when they first did it and they got involved, Chris and Heidi, they were already on the show, Extreme Weight Loss. And so there you go. It's, again, sort of sad. Like, we've talked about this before. Like, Heidi is trying to become a self-help guru, is sort of fumbling over that. Thank you, everybody. Everyone's like, recovery, recovering, remission. Thank you. Exactly. And what was I saying? Oh, about Chris and Dave. Oh, that Heidi's trying to be a self-help guru like Rachel was, whatever. Having a conference, doing breath work and trying to talk to people about stress and, life balance and self-development crap. And Dave is trying to become Chris Powell, who is like fitness, enthusiast, doing fitness competitions, fitness trainer, has an app. Now Dave's trying to become that. It's like so blatantly obvious that they're both trying to replace the other's old partner. It's fine. Like, this is like judgments based on, like, if you want to do all this, great, but then don't go, oh, I'm going to teach you through my book how to change your life. And if you don't have a job, just read this book and I'll help you fix it. Because these people are flawed greatly. And it's like, if you have credentials outside of that and you're teaching on those, great. Then you can be a flawed person. But when you're like, my life is so good, I'm going to teach you how to be like me. Here's how I did it. And then you're lying or you are like, have all these problems. It's like, why should people listen to you? It doesn't even work for you. Sir, ma'am, schmam. Oh yeah, here's the people who threw Dave off, I guess. They posted this on their public profile, and they're not kids, so I don't feel bad really showing it. But these are the people from the Get Fit Challenge. And actually, it says, huge thanks to our Get Fit Challenge friends and actual real life friends. I don't think you charge your friends, depending on which track they took, several $1,000s or several $100s, or, I think it was like, $250 or something this round. I don't charge my friends that to be friends with me, but that's just me. Maybe I should. I'll have $200 in no time. Who flew in for this and spent the day cheering louder than anyone else? I think Dave is saying that passive aggressively. Yeah, they cheered louder than everyone else, and I actually came in last place because of it. I wish I had a picture with everyone who came to support. Love you guys. So I guess they're saying more than 3 people showed up. That's sort of surprising. And like, you flew there? I'll never understand the parasocial relationships that are formed via the internet. I mean, I do get it, but like, to be like flying out to see someone that coaches you online, that's taking it too far for moi.